What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Shop Talk with Blue Rock Tackle. Today we're going to talk about tubes. Tubes and just how to fish them in general. We sell a wide variety of tubes in a couple different sizes. I think we have over 15 colors now. There's 3 or 4 different ways you can fish a tube, so that's kind of what we're going to talk about today. Some specific techniques that are used in general and how you would fish a tube. So let's get to it. Alright guys, when it comes to fishing a tube, they are very versatile bait. They catch fish from coast to coast, north to south, east to west. Kind of an old school bait, but very overlooked at times, especially this day and age with a lot of the fancy stuff that's out there. But tubes put fish in a boat, not just smallmouth either. You can throw a tube around and catch a lot of largemouth. So I'm going to break down probably the 3 main ways most everybody would generally fish a tube. If maybe you didn't know about one of them, and we'll give it a try after this, so let's talk about it. Alright guys, when it comes to early spring and tubes, most generally I will probably be throwing a Texas rig, this with a standard wide gap hook, something that's got room to still get a good hook set with that thick body of the tube. And I'll use a bobber stopper. I'll actually only hold the bobber stopper about a foot up the line now, and then just like a little 1/4 ounce tungsten weight. So with a Texas rig tube, you're probably going to get like your least amount of action out of a tube, which is kind of what you want in the spring. It's almost like a little mini Carolina rig. Or you can fish it, without a stopper and just let the weight slide up and down, and sometimes that tube will just like subtly follow the weight down through. Kind of just a straightforward technique. Early spring when the water's still cold, I'll probably go Texas rig. Alright guys, moving on to the second and probably most popular technique to fish a tube, especially up here around the Great Lakes and stuff, is just a good open hook tube setup. So basically you'll take, just your lead head, it's usually like a teardrop style, and you'll insert the lead head up into the tube, and then you're just going to have an exposed hook coming out of the tube down where the body meets the tentacles. Very good open water technique, scattered grass, scattered rock. It's not going to snag up near as much as you would imagine, but big time smallmouth technique. And they're good erratic action. You can kind of snap these and get them to dart left or right, get a good erratic action. And you can get a really heavy weight up into a tube, so you can get down either fishing deep, or if you're in a lot of current where smallmouth like to live. We happen to sell it in a regular version and a version with a rattle on it, which sometimes makes a huge difference if you're around pressured fish or maybe fishing really deep or something like that. So open hook is definitely the way to go as far as hookup ratio and all that. But you got to be around sparse cover, because you will snag up if you throw these into wood and heavy rock and stuff like that. But great technique. Last but definitely not least is going to be my favorite way to fish a tube, and that's with our this is called a money ball stupid tube hook. So basically it's a way to rig your tube weedless and still get that action that you're going to get out of an open tube hook. We do have another YouTube video where you can kind of reference and see how that's rigged, but you can see the hook there. It's a pretty simple setup, and it's a good technique because you can still flip this into heavy cover, wood, rock. It's a nice medium hook. I actually throw it on not a heavy flipping stick, but a heavier medium, and I've never opened one of these up. Great technique. Throw it, like I said, wood, rock, offshore, whatever. Just kind of an all-around way to get all of that action out of the tube, but still have it rigged weedless. Probably my favorite by far.